moving forward.
You forgot your script.
Okay, oh, sorry, guys.
Yes.
Back to form.
Oh, shit.
Tonto gives back. Gives back. All right, actress Tonto Dikeh granted an exclusive interview to Azuka Ogudriba, who is now famous for her exclusives, on her travels in marriage. Now, in the interview, she revealed some of what she had to endure in her marriage, including having to deal with severe domestic violence. In fact, she showed some pictures of her and, you know, talked about her having to report herself to the Ghanaian authorities when this happened in Ghana and why she had to stay. So she said, you know, she stayed because she loved her husband deeply, and he begged her a number of times. And her husband, you know, and she also said that her husband having an affair with his PA, Rosemira, was also a big issue. That's her. Now, if you recall, we spoke about this on the show, you know, her releasing a video saying that she's not, you know, about spoiling people's marriages, she's not a homebreaker and all that. Well, Tonto thinks not. Now, she also said how she wished she could wipe out records from the internet so that her son wouldn't have to grow up to read all this mess. Amidst all this, she said she didn't regret marrying her husband and that she didn't grant the interview to discredit him. Wow. So we'll show you the video that has been trending. Definitely, this one is definitely not a trash because it's trending, you know, and just to give you an idea of what the interview was like.
He wouldn't even accept that he's doing it. That's the worst. That's the worst. That he's never going to accept that he's doing it. And I keep asking him, if you are so ashamed, if you are so ashamed of what you do to me, why do you do it? Can I have my phone, please? I have pictures. I have videos. I have everything to prove my domestic violence. I also have pictures in Ghana. The Nigerian embassy in Ghana has pictures of me. I had to run to them at some point. The reason I can't even release those pictures is because I'm stuck naked. I'm stuck naked, and they had to video me, and they had to snap, and my husband has humiliated me so much with this, and for anybody to tell me that I'm lying against my husband, that even hurts me more.
All right. Yeah, that's deep.
That was very deep and intense.
Deep.
Okay, before we talk about the video, here's the question, you know, and of course we'll talk beyond this because there's so many things to say. But I'm sure you guys all have opinions. Head on to Twitter, let us know, and we'll try as much as possible to read as many of your tweets as possible. The Twitter handle is scrolling on your TV screen, so follow our page, like us, and then let us know what you think. So here's the question, guys. Can you give a tell-all interview without being motivated by malice or revenge? So according to her, she's not doing this to discredit her husband. She still loves him. She doesn't regret marrying him. So is it possible? I mean, Tiwa Savage did this with T-Bills. Now they're together. To be honest, I don't know how conversations in their home will be like. You know, who else did it? Toke wrote a book, dedicated a whole book to Maje. And, you know, so a number of people, it seems like this is a popular thing. What would have been a taboo in the past is now becoming quite popular. Like a trend. It's trending. Right, okay, before you answer, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, so that you can gather your thoughts together, we'll talk about this story. And whilst we're on the break, why don't you head on to Twitter and let us know what you think? Can you release a tell-all interview, or can you accept to do a tell-all interview without any trace of malice, just for you to do it for awareness? Is it possible? We'll be right back. This is The Blog. And you're welcome back. Hi there. It's time for us to look at, well, okay, this is not an exciting story, so let me see. It's time for us to look at, it's time for us to look at the story that we, If you're just joining us, if you're just tuning in, this is The Blog here on Wazobia Max. Adewo, myself, I Thompson, of course. Cornelia Odoa is here with us in the studio. Destiny not here. We miss you, Destiny. If you're watching us, we love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, okay, so now here's to our story. So we asked the question. We talked about Tonto's interview with Azuka. and her saying the reasons why she broke up, you know, why she had to walk away, mainly as a result of domestic violence, showed pictures, videos, and also the fact that her husband was cheating on her with his PA, and then finally saying that, oh, she still loved her husband, and she didn't regret marrying him, and that, she didn't do this to get back at him. So the question, to discredit him. The question we're asking is it possible to grant such an interview, a tell-all interview, review, and with pictures, evidence, and it's not motivated by violence, by malice or revenge? Is it possible?
I think so. I just don't know that in Nigeria, you know what I mean? I think we're a different generation. And I think because we're so given to the culture of secrecy, when people do speak, it becomes, you know, why did she say that? But, you know, you can't really tell anybody how to tell their story. But I do think that there is a fine line between telling your story and airing your dirty linen. And with the number of these celebrities, I wonder if, you know, there's really any merit to what they're saying, you know, because it's a public space, you're putting it out there. And there are people that probably can relate to it and would probably maybe come out of relationships because this person, like a Toke, has spoken, or like a Tonto has spoken. So for those people, and if those are the people that it's helping, then I guess it doesn't really matter, because sometimes the hurts that men leave us with, we always end up being the victims, the bad person. I don't like it because I don't like that narrative of a woman always being broken and, you know, you showed me, yay, you know, I don't like you showing that to the public. I feel like there is a way that you can, you know, handle it with success. You know what I mean? Like, I want that strong part to show more than women do.
Do you think she's handled it with success?
I think it's too much too soon, which I feel a number of these, Toke took a different route. You know what I mean? You know, she took her time and she was intentional with what she did. But, you know, with Tiwa and with Tonto, I always feel like, you know, it's the emotion, you know, and it's impulsive. And, you know, sometimes, like you said, you wish you could delete, you know, the history, but Tonto is a very outspoken person, and I truly feel like she's hurt, and I believe everything that she has said. And I find it helpful, Tonto, because she is showing broken, but I just wish she would have show the strong, you know what I mean, and, you know, go through it, you know, suffer. You know what I mean? And then I think that you can come up and then you can tell your story after you have, you know what I mean?
Yes. So
built your inner strength, and you know what I mean? Because you're broken, you don't have to show that. You know what I mean? Because people, and it's a good thing to also, you know, express and show your vulnerability.
Yeah, I was going to say, some people think that for her to be more human, you know, for people to be able to relate with her, they want to say, oh, I understand her emotions because I've walked that road before. I know how it felt, you know, having my husband.
But I think people can still understand behind closed doors. I don't think we needed to hear what she said for us to understand that her marriage was broken. A broken marriage is enough. We've broken up sometimes is enough. You know, but we always want to know, like it's busybody syndrome.
Of course, in Nigeria, how can you just break up without telling us? When it was buying you the gifts, we saw it.
You know,
it's our marriage.
It's our marriage. The point is that we throw our marriages on social media. Good, the bad, and the ugly. So when things like this happen,
certain people.
Yeah, I was going to say, not everyone.
Certain people. That, okay, when things like this happen, like she's saying that she didn't do this out of trying to discredit the husband. I feel that's totally the opposite of what she did. Because looking at the video, you would know that, like you said, it's from a hurtful place. It wasn't because I'm trying to motivate or educate or help the next person. I just want to clear what is in my heart. I want to tell my story. I want to be vindicated. Don't make me. I want to show people that I was the victim of this situation. You know, that's what she did.
But she was, though.
The guy. Well,
which is why I'm saying, like, why should she hide that?
Looking at the relationship, we can't really tell because
that's the danger of a single story, because the guy hasn't said anything. He made some accusations. He said she beat his mother. He said that she was on drugs. And she refuted everything. In the same way that he's refuted everything that she said. He's saying that he didn't cheat on anybody. But the beating one, I'm not sure.
So probably because he doesn't have videos or pictures to show, joke, people would say, but yeah, he has to be the one.
Don't mess with a woman's
He has to be the one doing this.
She had receipts.
Yeah, no, she kept everything in detail. She kept everything, in but I feel that you put it out there. It's only normal for all this to come out. It's only normal for people to
Do you think it was
see,
necessary for her to say that, I'm not trying to discredit you, I still love you, I'm doing this?
It's obvious. No, that
Because
line
I think
was
she
just...
knew that people would say, why is she doing what she
so
said?
She just tried to put it out there like, no, I'm just
because
trying to...
Tiwa did the same.
Yeah.
Now, in Tiwa's video, she was like, I love you, I've tried everything to make this marriage work.
Yeah.
Is that not playing the victim?
That's
where
what
the
I'm
person...
saying.
I'm trying to play... Where the person...
I was one of the few people that actually believed Tiwa.
No, I'm not even saying about I'm even saying in terms of, you're saying that, this is happening, and, if you want to be fair, then give him the opportunity to speak as well.
But he spoke first. That's the thing about Tiwa's own.
Okay, Tiwa's
he spoke first, and she responded. Tiwa's own was different.
In this case...
But in this case,
this is
but I think that...
I don't think the husband will come out to say
I don't think so.
No, Churchill is speaking.
I don't think he's going to come out and release a video and say, actually, I was there when
who thought Maje was going to be
But who thought Tibu was going to jump off the bridge?
No.
Let's just wait and see.
I was going to say, let's man all the bridges in Lagos, and in Ghana as well. But yeah, domestic violence is not, it's not a joke. It's a very serious matter. And if for anything else, if for nothing else at all, the fact that she's speaking up for women who might be walking that road, and like you mentioned, Cornelia, if any one woman can see that and say, because Tonto can come out, I am not, because sometimes, like you mentioned, it happens to you, but you feel like you're the one that should be ashamed or hide, or there's something wrong with you, when it's the man that ought to be ashamed of it, himself. Adele, do we have any tweets?
Yeah, people are still telling us about when they sleep. I don't know. Why did... Oh, yeah, that one. Their sleep time.
Segment over, guys.
Their sleep time.
Okay, all right, before we find out when is your sleep time, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for us to talk to Cornelia before going on to our next story. Stay tuned. This is The Blog.